Hi everyone, so it's been a little while. I have to say, um, I would imagine a lot of you have been going through some very different shifts, trends, emotional upheaval. Maybe some of you haven't been going through that and are facing some of this turbulent energy at the moment that will subside. However, I'm going to say, going into this week and potentially going forward over the next 3 weeks is going to be very, very positive if you can see the gifts that are going to be presented to you in a very different way. Now, for an example, you may go through, or your expectations, let's just say, of maybe last month, as I was kind of saying to you in my previous video, things have changed and will keep changing, pretty much like we get goalposts moved every few weeks, months, or so, when we get announcements put out towards us. We've kind of been used to that, or we've kind of like been a little bit kind of lacking optimism or enthusiasm about things, because in the back of our minds, even though we've got elements where initially things were sounding really great, the next minute things were moved again. So people have kind of got used to this kind of routine rut, being stuck in it. Maybe some people have actually got behind this momentum and kind of like gone, oh, do you know what, I'm now going to just make changes for myself and I'm going to do it this way, and they're starting to see like rewards for the efforts that they've put in. But even in that instance, maybe there have been some hitches or glitches and things have been kind of very much up and down, or motivation may have been a little bit up and down, or things haven't quite gelled together. Now, what we'll be saying is, this week, or starting from Saturday, all of the planets are now going forward at fast action paces, okay? Now, this energy is absolutely brilliant to get behind in terms of anything that you're wanting to go and recreate. Now, again, it is a very, very contradictory energy. It can be a very, if you're kind of like pretty chilled, laid back, still haven't kind of got an idea of where you're wanting to go or what direction, I would say you probably actually have. Actually, most people now, in the back of their minds, have got an idea of what they're wanting to do. It's just putting those implements into place, okay? This is the ideal time, I'm not joking, for anybody who wants to get behind something new, start something back up. If they've got things they know they need to do, this week is absolutely paramount. You are not going to get these opportunities in terms of changing, shifting things, getting ideas out there, going and chatting to people, especially like your superiors, bosses, people that can potentially help you. If you've got people that are in, you know, like friends that have got something going on, that might be able to point you in the right direction, or whatever, anything around where there are influences of key people around you that can assist, help, shift you into something new, maybe give you ideas. This is the ideal time for you to go and do this. Now, for those people that have kind of been sitting a little bit back, okay, that have been maybe sitting there contemplating things, again, this is the ideal time to start getting your feelers out, start seeing what else is about and around you. those people that have been having difficulties within the home, around family, outside influences, people at work, anybody that's had agendas or situations that have not been particularly fair, maybe have been a little bit difficult to deal with. This again is a good time to actually start trying to fix or navigate your way out of problematic areas. I thought I'd call this video definitely Seeing the Truth, Making a Decision. Okay, I honestly will tell you, this next month overall, and I would say this energy is very much starting to seep in, if it hasn't already happened, has seeped in from the last 2 weeks residual energy, and will be playing out over the next month. Okay, I think a lot of people have started to actually see the writing on the wall, okay, around relationships, around family, around their jobs, where they're fitting in. Now, I put a post up, and it was called Autonomy, okay, because I feel like very much this new moon, or the moon in Libra, okay, is all around relationships, fairness, balance, okay. I also put up a card about the Judgment card, okay, which is symbolised, or can be symbolised by Scorpio. We've got on Monday also Mercury Saturn, okay, in Aquarius. This is all about also advancement. It can be very much an uh-oh energy, as I like to call it as well, because going on around as well, just to lob some more stuff in here, we've got Chiron in Aries, okay. We've also got this Neptune-Uranus transit going on as well. Now, what this all means, Mercury, Neptune, this is about, I'm going to call this a ding-dong moment as well. It's almost like a messenger's going to come in, or a messenger, in any which way we like to say it. Can be somebody says something at work, it could be a text message, an email, it could be a news flash, it could be things coming up on the news, okay, truths coming out, highlights, okay, information where we've been deceived. All right, now with this Mercury Saturn in Aquarius on Monday, no, it doesn't, this is when this energy will start coming in, and by the end of the week potentially will start playing out again, okay. Coinciding with this Libra moon, okay, is where we are highlighting and zoning in, when I said about this autonomy, okay, where our true beliefs are going to start showing up, okay. This Aries Chiron is about our ego, okay. It's also about that warrior element in us, about wanting to move out of situations, taking charge of how we're feeling about things. But the Chiron aspect here is going to be impacting that ego, impacting that warrior spirit, because of the restrictions opposing that with this relationship transit, the Libra moon, okay, about how we're feeling about leaving our past once and for all behind. Now, this can come in aspects that we've outgrown people. It can be ideas that are now outdated. It can be where things have broken down in and around family or the workplaces. Can you repair them? Is there any going back? Wanting to try to repair them, but knowing that you no longer fit in with that scenario, be it home, work, relationship, friendship group, whatever. Okay, it can be differings of opinion. Now, ages ago, I kept saying about how last year and coming into even up to 2023, especially this year around September, October time, okay, there is going to be so much division. We've seen it all playing out. Now, when we look at the concept of when I say about autonomy, what does that mean to you? What do your beliefs mean to you? Have you now got to a cycle, a pinnacle point that is completely controversial to everybody else's expectations? Do you really care? But other people do. Do you want other people to care because you do? Is it that, do you know what, I've been living a complete lie and I need to actually now address these things and I need to actually speak up and say and move forward? But that is a really scary prospect to you because you're now facing those fears. This is what I'm talking about, this energy now, whether we like it or not, there are going to be, with this Uranus energy, okay, that has been playing out, and it's going to get more and more and more obvious to yourself, like say, seeing the truth, okay, making a decision. What are you going to do? Because things are changing, times are changing. We know this, I keep banging on about this. Things are never going to revert back. You know, there are still going to be things that where we're thinking we're going forward, there are going to be shake-ups, things are going to hold us back. Things are changing so drastically. Where are you going to be on this next stage of your journey? Are you going to be missing out? Are you going to be keeping yourself stuck and cemented, like I said, about this 7-year cycle, okay, where you're not going to step out of this? Or are you actually going to take the courage, okay, and the direction that you are being pushed in? Now, most people that know me, that speak to me, I always say to you, if you keep pushing for change and that is resisting, okay, the doors aren't opening, it's just resistance, you are going in the wrong direction. If you are finding that you are being pushed in a direction as uncomfortable and you need to start like working out, what is it that's triggering me? Why am I having this reaction to this like complete change that I know I need to make, but I'm still like refusing to move out of it, even though there is nothing good coming out of it? But when you go in that other direction, little by little, baby step by baby step, those doors to keep opening and it's welcoming you in, but you're still refusing to kind of go because you're thinking, no, I'd rather stay in this crappy, horrible position that I'm in, even though it's making me more and more uncomfortable because I'm just scared of that unknown. And yet that unknown is going to be so very good for you. What is it that fear of that change is actually going to be when you know staying where you is pretty much doing you no favours? This is where things are going to keep falling away, and the more that you try to stay in it, like I say, the worse things are going to get to a degree, okay? They may change for a while, but I will say to you, you're going to be finding there's going to be a slowdown in the next few weeks, okay? We've got Mars in Cancer. Mars doesn't like being in Cancer. Mars is a fiery sign, okay? It's, as I was saying, it's this go-getting energy. Cancer likes to be comfortable. It's all about nurturing. It's all about the cozy. It's the home. Whereas Mars is an adventurer. It likes to go off and travel, okay? It's a very conflicting energy in that. We've got a water sign and a fire sign. Water will put fire out, okay? It can't do what it needs to do. And it's sort of saying about this, like, you're going to find this week is a catalyst for change. Now, it can be a very dramatic change as well as a saying. Those that want to charge forward, those that are a little bit on the fence, it can bring about arguments. It can bring about, like I said, things underneath the surface coming up, needing to be confronted. Now, how you go around and navigate this energy is going to be independent for all of you, but I'm going to give you the heads up. The best way is going to be trying to be in a bit of a peacekeeping treaty going on here, okay? It may be that it is completely unavoidable, and this is where I'll go back to this Uranus energy, the shake-ups, okay? It's been designed karmically to move you out of this. Now, this is going to be also a very karmic week, or karmic weeks, okay? So just because you feel that people are getting their own way, you may well find actually this karmic energy is going to bring about a lot of truths, okay? Stark, ugly, glaring, obvious to maybe you. Other people may have been oblivious to it, okay? But it's going to come out. Things will start coming out in the media, and things will start being highlighted. There can be an awful lot of volatility that's going to start coming around. Again, these opposing opinions, people changing their minds on things. This autonomy that I was talking about, where do you fit in with those beliefs? Where did you used to fit in with those beliefs? Suddenly, are you going to be changing your beliefs because maybe events around your workplace, maybe things around your family, maybe things around your friendship groups, you're actually like confronted with stuff that suddenly you're actually standing there going, whoa, I don't belong here anymore, or I don't want to conform to that, or you're being expected to conform to certain things, or things may come out that you're just disagreeable on, and actually this is going to shift and change you into something else. As I was saying about this slowdown, the Mars going into Cancer, okay, are you going to be being dragged backwards, or is this Mars energy that we've got going on now, okay, this Mercury Saturn in Aquarius, which is all about advancement, okay, which can be on the back of what you feel is a detriment but turns out to be really, really positive, okay, is going maybe is going to be because you're going against convention or norms, okay. You may be doing some very radical things. Other people might be going, oh my God, I never thought you'd do that. And you suddenly go, well, actually, do you know what I mean? You may find you catch yourself off guard. Like saying, the massive big part of this next month cycle that's going to be coming up for a lot of people here is about significant change. If you allow it to happen, is going to be when I think that you're going to be looking back. It's funny because we've got this springtime, okay, so we're all springing forward, okay, we're all going into this new growth cycle. The Sun Venus Chiron aspect here is all about, as I say, facing all of these uncomfortable truths that we've had in ourselves, these uncomfortable feelings, things that have come up from the surface that we've had to face, or we've been resistant to face, and no longer can we keep ignoring the obvious, okay. We may have been hiding behind things, and I think the ugly truth is there that we are, and we all have, fundamentally changed in some form, fashion, and it can be as minimal as you starting a new diet, okay, it can be as drastic as you're completely moving out the family home, and you're coming out a completely different individual and nobody saw it come in. It can be that you've decided to jack your company in and you're now going to go and work at Tesco, for an example, and people didn't think that. Do you know what I mean? Because you just actually, I just don't need that anymore. I don't want that stress in my life. It can be all sorts of things, anything, okay? But don't be surprised if people are going to suddenly revolutionise, shock you. Things come out, massive big truths and front page headlines. You know, there are going to be some real shockers, some real corkers, some real life-changing moments that are going to come about. And there are going to be some people that unfortunately are going to actually shut the door on this change and actually stay as they are. Now, I would like to say, urge any of you that if you know within issues, where are you sitting with them and how would you like things to change? It isn't about other people, what they think. This is about, like I said, that autonomy. You as an individual. Aries is about I. It's about me. It's about yourself, okay? Libra is about our relationships, okay? What relationships around us do not, yes, they can be a reflection on ourselves, but it's about where do we base our own core value, the relationship with ourselves, okay? And then how other people then see us. What is it that we want to be? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to flourish? What do we want to do next? Okay, it's not about where we are now collectively within the world, full stop. Okay, I think most of us are under the impression, I think, where do we have a voice? What does it mean to be an individual? How we put something across, how are we being portrayed, what is being conveyed, what is in front of our faces. At the end of the day, as long as what you're doing is the right thing and it's the right thing for you, start asking yourself the question, what was I? Who am I now? And what do I want to be my legacy? What do I want to go on towards to do? Where do I need to make those changes? And this is where you are at, because I'm telling you, the next month is going to be huge for each and every one of us, where we're going to be impacted, where we can make an impact, and where those changes can go on and be something that you're going to be happy within, as I said, the next 7 years. Going up to September time, October time, there are going to be some pivotal changes. Don't allow this gap or this window of opportunity this week, okay? There are, like I say, going to be some bumpy rides. It's not all going to be plain sailing, but some of these shifts and changes are going to be for a beneficial purpose and will actually allow you to springboard, okay, into next few months into a better place if you allow yourself to go with the things that you know need to change. Take care, guys. I hope that's made sense. I hope it's given you a little bit of food for thought. I'm going to hopefully do a collective tarot read at some point as well this week. If any of you do want a reading or want to book a reading with me, please feel free to get in contact with me on Messenger. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And until then, guys, have a look at your horoscope for the week. I've put a few bits up as well. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care of yourselves and I'll speak to you soon.